Hi everyone. Uh, Let me share my screen and we'll discuss very interesting topic today. Give me 1 second. Just 1 minute. Yeah, we are good now. Okay, guys. So most of the time, I have a lot of questions regarding the Zscaler live troubleshooting, right? People are always like struggle to do the troubleshooting. If I want to verify some log, I want to do some testing. How I can do this testing step by step in the Zscaler GIA portal. So for that, I'm just trying to explain that about that troubleshooting approach. Let's suppose you are the Zscaler engineer and you have to do some troubleshooting real time step by step. So what all section you can just explore in the GIA tenant and what kind of the troubleshooting you can do on the GIA portal. And if need any other troubleshooting for the any other Zscaler component, then what is the right approach, how you can just go and do that all things. So you can see in this GIA portal, if you go there, you're going to find like this is the dashboard options. And this dashboard is going to be overall health about the your Zscaler services. Means how many cloud application you are accessing, their classes, you can see there's the IT services, there are the productivity, there are the general like we have the browsing, system development, web search, we have the others. Similar, we have the URL category and who all are the users. Basically they are accessing the services and what their services they are accessing from the basically by sitting on the GIA tenant portal. And also you can see how many social networking applications they are accessing as of now. You can see some are accessing LinkedIn, some are Reddit, some are Twitter, that is X nowadays. Formerly it was a Twitter, nowadays X. And also you can see Facebook, TikTok, and the meetups. And you can just keep a scroll from down. You can see all possible social networking application which can be accessed by the your users. And also you can see there are the streaming media applications. In this streaming media applications, Disney Plus, Netflix, YouTube, Twitch TV, and Vimeo. A lot of application who all are the just doing the video streaming. People are watching. And also you can see the application segment. This application segment, it's very important, guys. This application segment, if you're not sure what is this application segment, so for that you have to learn about the GPA. So application segment is a part of the GPA, that how many applications are going to be there, what are the application segment, under the application segment, which all are the application are going to be there. So we have to understand this application segment. There is a 112 application segment, and they also use the SIPA. You can see SIPA is basically you can say source IP inquiry. So if somebody is going to what is a SIPA, so SIPA is source IP anchoring. Let me put it here. Source IP anchoring. So you can see SIPA also and say SIPA buying the Chicago. There is two SIPA. SIPA through Chicago is basically Chicago JN. We are doing the SIPA, and one SIPA we are doing for this particular tenant from Tokyo, Japan. So this is source IP anchoring. So you don't know what is the source IP anchoring, and if you really want to learn for GPA and GIS, so you can always visit our website and you can always go and explore this all things. So I cover this all in the very detail. So if you go in the website, you just check it about the courses and you can just go in the GPA courses. And if you want to learn the SIPA as well, so this can be covered in the very details. See source IP anchoring and that how we do the lab testing and all. So this is a live demonstration I covered in this lecture. So if you any knowledge to learn the SIPA and all, so you can just go and learn. But I'm not going to talk about that in detail, but I'm just giving the idea. Now you can see the location type means what all the users are connected, from which location they are connected. Some traffic coming from the corporate traffic, some traffic coming from the IoT traffic devices, some are workload and the other traffic group. And then the top advanced threads. You can see top advanced threads. We just keep exploring, exploring botnet, callback, phishing, and also we have the malicious content. Why I'm showing this all overview? See, whenever we're going to do the troubleshooting, if any issue is available in your infrastructure or might be your environment, your enterprise network, your company, so my recommendation, just check the overall health. You can just verify last 48 hours health, what is happening in last 48 hours, what is last 24 hour. At least you verify last 24 hour. If recent incident, just verify the last 24 hour. If you want to get for 7 days, you can get 5 days also you can get, and also 24 hour you can get that. And this overview is going to give the what all application you are accessing and what are the top threats we have right now. So at least you get some symptoms. And also you're going to get like how many user, which user is utilizing the how much bandwidth overall your uh, like GIO tenant bandwidth utilizations, right? And what application they are accessing as of now. So you get some idea. Let's suppose somebody is accessing, like somebody is saying that, yeah, hey, I'm facing the issue in the YouTube, I'm not able to access. So you just check it. Like, is there any YouTube traffic available in the social, let's like streaming media applications? Yes, you can see there's a lot of 40 MB traffic is going on the YouTube right now. So you can just click here and you can view the logs. You can see you just directly click on here and you can view the all YouTube logs directly. So why I'm saying that, like based on the symptoms, we get some idea. And if you click on that, you're going to view the live logs and you can just filter the users. Let me show you how you can filter the users. So people are not follow the right approach. They're just not think in right way. And you can see this user all means this all users are connecting the YouTube. You can see these all users. So you can just simply what you can do that you can export this logs and let me see if I export this log. I can export, but so I believe this is okay. I will check. Might be export is not enabled for here. So 1000 log, but at least you can export this log. I will show you how to export the log. So you can see like you can just verify the gateway IP, client IP, server IP. If you're not sure about that, you can put filter here. Let's suppose somebody is saying that my YouTube is not working. So just ask his IP address. IP address could be any IP address. Might be he's going to give his public IP address or private IP address. So how you can just filter? You can just add filter from here. You can just right now you cannot add filter. I will show how to add the filter, but in general you can export this and you can just figure it out, but this export is not happening. But I will show you how to do export as well in different format. But you can see, let me go back here again, and you can see by clicking on this very live logs, you just clicking on the live log, you get the all log information, and those log can be exported in the Excel file, and in the Excel file you can check that what are the users. You can search the user, their IP address, source IP address, means private IP address. You can send and check the public IP address as well. Similarly, somebody saying that, hey, I'm not able to access the particular Facebook. So you can also verify the who all are the user able to access the Facebook, and you can just verify the location of those users. And based on that, also you can do the verifications. So these all options available, and based on that, we can do the testing. And this testing is very useful for your day-to-day troubleshooting. So some reason this is not working, but I will check in different way. So in dashboard, you're always going to find a lot of informations which is going to be your helpful. Now you can see top URL category you're not sure about. So let's click on the green. So you can just check the green, gives a web search. Somebody saying like internet services. So might be somebody saying that, hey, my URL is not working. So how you come to know which category the URL is going to fall? Let's suppose I'm saying that guinet.com is not working. So how I come to know guinet.com is basically fall under the internet services URL category, professional services URL category, miscellaneous URL category, corporate marketing, others, and web search. That's also very important. Means URL category is also very important. To check that URL category, you can always go here and check that there's one tool. Let me show here. So you can just click on this particular URL lookup and just put here www.guinet.com. I'm just giving the example. So you can just find this URL category detail from here. So this is URL category is online shopping. For some reason, just categorize in the online shopping. But let's suppose you putting that that is not right category, but I need to connect with Zscaler and we have to tell them, hey, you just make it the general internet category. Palo Alto have the correct, but Zscaler is showing the online, but 888.com. It is going to show gambling. This is the gambling site. If you're putting the x.com, so you can always verify which particular URL is going to fall on which social networking. You can see you put in the youtube.com. So if you're not sure about the any URL, just check it from what is the category, video streaming. And if you just check in the naukri.com, you can just find the URL category as a job search. And also if you're going to find that if aajtak.com, this is one of the Hindi news channels, you can say news and media. So every URL category, somebody saying no, my URL is not working. Just find, let's suppose your URL for in the professional services. So click on that professional services, you can find the logs also, and you can just get the logs, even you can download from here, right? So this is how you can just get some idea how to get the URL category information from by setting in the Zscaler portal. You can see here. So all log, you can see these are the websites, and these are the URLs you can access, like these are the GPA authnet, and these are the like different URL. We have TED.com, right? We have the TEDconf.com, we have pixel.com, right? You can see, so there's a lot of URL, and these all URLs fall under the your professional services. And in addition of that also, let's suppose you want to verify any log for this user. So you can just click on that. I cannot, yeah, you can just click on that and you can just get the all information for this log as means any user you want to directly you seeing the name of the user. Might be you somebody asking, can you just go and check the Zscaler who is a top bandwidth consumer of the GIA tenant. So you can just go here and you're going to find who is consuming my top bandwidth. So you see, this is the name. I can just click it and you can just want to verify what traffic is all accessing. So you can get all the traffic information by sitting on this particular insight. So you can get all the traffic information. So you can see what all website, what URL is accessing. And you can just submit this report to the your senior management, why he is consuming the any kind of the too much bandwidth for your organization. And if you find something is not good, you can just report him back, hey, you accessing something which is not good for the company policy and you should not access that. So this is the overview is going to give an idea, right? And similarly, if you go for the cloud applications, let's suppose any cloud-based application, general browsing, you want to check that IT services, you can just do the similar things also. You just want to see the IT services log, what all the IT services cloud application you are accessing, just click on here and you can get that entire dashboard report about the cloud services. And this is also going to be very useful to just get all logs informations. So wait for a while. Whenever you're going to put the log, pull the log, it will take some time because logs are not immediately available. They just do some kind of the, you know, retrieve from the like log server. So it takes some time. So you can see this is a log has been exported and you can see these are the all users and location and these are the URLs and the you can get the cloud application. Most of the application with Okta. Okta. Why Okta? Okta is basically is the IDP, identity provider. So every time any user are going to be logging to GIA tenant, they must have to do the validation via the Okta. So that's why they're using the Okta application. And based on that, they're going to be do the connectivity. That is a Okta, New Relic, and you can find all there. You can just export that log and export session. You can just get all the details. So it's showing download appears once you export the query result. So you run the query from here. Once you run the query, so I was doing, I forgot to run this query. And then if you go here and try to export, probably we're able to export. Let me see that. Yeah, so still not able to export. Okay. Might be this tenant is not supporting because this tenant have the read-only access. So I'm just thinking I'll check in a different way. Wait for a while. Now, so you can see this is the overview. In this overview, you can just similarly, if you want to see the botnet logs, what are the top botnets? Like you want to check for the phishing, you want to see what all the top 557 phishing attack, which threats has been identified by the Zscaler. So you can go here, you can find that phishing attack as well. So you can see these are the different users. They're the road warrior and they get the different URL and these URL are basically fall under the phishing category. So this also you can just see. And here is a download options and you just click on the download. Okay. It is a display option and now click on download and let's wait for a while and we'll see that after download we are, yeah. So sorry, export is not available, but I want to download the log. I can download the log here. So this is something earlier I was able to export from here, but I want to download the CSV file. You can download the CSV file and I can just open this CSV file. Let me open the CSV file. So you can use this logs for your further verifications. So let me open the CSV file. I'm just opening. It is going to be open very soon. So let's wait for a while. Wait, it's opening. I'm just waiting to open. Okay, so you see this all logs has been open. You can apply the filter, you can open the Excel, you can just apply the filter, you can filter the user and all. So anything you want to download, you're not able to export, then you can just click on download and run the query. Your file is directly going to be downloaded. So earlier I was trying to for let's suppose this user what he all accessing in terms of the website and all anything. So I can just click his name, view the log, and I can download the log file. So I just click on the download. Let's complete first, and then I will download the log file, and you can just use for the any troubleshooting purpose. So click on the CSV run query, then it is going to be downloading a CSV file. So this is not supporting for some reason. So you can use a download and the same meaning. Export also going to give the CSV file. Here you can download. Display is just going to give the display options. So we'll see this is going to be download in few seconds. See. Now again you open that and that you can just do the testing, whatever you want to do that. All right. Now moving further in the dashboard itself, if you want to customize some dashboard, let's suppose you want to customize for some region, right? And you want to add some kind of the additional widgets. Right now, these are the widgets, means you have this cloud application, URL filtering. I don't want to see the, let's suppose this user. So I can simply go here and remove this widget. So this user information is going to remove from the dashboard. You see, this has been removed. I don't want to see this. I can simply remove these widgets as well. So you can remove from this dashboard, right? And let's suppose I want to add something new widget. Let's suppose I want to add like firewall logs. So I can put as a firewall logs. And which type of the traffic I want to see? I want to see in the pie chart. I means pie chart bar. So you can give that and just put the okay. So your firewall logs are going to be added here. You can see this firewall log has been added. Similarly, you want to put these logs in here. So you can just simply drag and drop as well. So you can just simply drag. You just click on that and you can simply, let's suppose I want to drag here. Let's suppose I want to drag. I can drag. Sorry. Okay, let me put it here. Some reason mouse is not working, but I can drag and drop. Leave it. Some reason mouse is not working. Okay, now it's done. So we can drag and drop and we can do that also. Now I can add any other widget. Let's suppose I want to add like email DLP. I want to like extranet DNS. I want to web. I want to interweb. I want to just monitor like bytes, right? And this is going to be my web filtering. Web log. So it is going to give the my web log in the byte format and I can use the bar chart. So it is going to give in the bar chart format my logs. So my logs are going to be in the bar chart. So total how many web log we have in the my GI tenant. This way you can just delete any widget you want to delete. You can delete from here and you want to add, you can add it here. So this is something you can get the log from the your dashboard. But now if you want to do the further verifications, you can do the verification from the analytics. Means you want to do the any real time troubleshooting. You can do everything from the analytics. And how it is going to be done? If really, let's suppose you have the multiple section reports. We have the SaaS security section. We have the insights. So most of the time you have to work on the insights. This is the real troubleshooting. Means any web log you want to see that, then you go in the insights. Any mobile insight you want to check mobile logs, any firewall logs, any DNS log, any threat insights, any tunnel insights. You can go and check the all logs from here. So always this is your best friend insight. These are the also very helpful in the troubleshooting, but they are going to give the reports. Means for your management point of view, overall interactive report, your company scores. You can see here. So this is for the management dashboard, how my overall security is performing, how my overall organization is having a risk score. Means where we are going good, where we are going bad, and how my peer is doing in terms of the overall security health of my peers, means my competitors. So those information are going to be part of the risk score. You can see. So our company risk score is a medium, right? So if it is a low, that is a great. If it is a high or critical, that means you have to take immediate action. Something is wrong in your security portfolio. So you can just, check that. Even peer in industry vertical services, you can check that. And you can see this is the different sections and you want to see the summary and all, you can check that. This is more about the your management CISO, like cybersecurity head department. They want to review that, so you can just check for last 7 days, 30 days, and also for the 15 days, and they'll give the complete log reports. Okay. Now, if I talk about further, let's suppose industry peer comparison means this is going to give the comparison of the industry peer means how my peer is performing compared to me. So that is also going to be very helpful. Again, the report is going to be there. What is your score? So you can see your average and your peer average. So peer are doing great. You can see peer are doing great. Peer are doing great. So this is like you thread block, you are doing great. Peer are even something higher, but you can see like where my like policy is doing great, where my peer policy is going to. So means your competitor average. Zscaler is just giving the data for you, so you can just robust your security portfolio. So these all reports are going to give the reports means IoT report, data discovery report, endpoint. So I explain these all reports in my course. If you go in the new course, so I cover it in very detail. So every report, every section I cover in the very detail. What is the meaning of the each of the reports? You can just going to find that these all things if you really want to learn in the very deep dive. So you can understand this is the UI admin portal, right? So you are going to be get this all troubleshooting tools discussion, right? Audit log, right? Backup, restore services, administrative console, role management, audit log, and backups. These all lecture are going to give the insight for your everything. So if you really want to understand this in deeper side, so you just follow my this GIA lecture from the website, and this is going to give everything for you for your better understanding. But here, what I'm going to talk about, I'm going to talk about more about your insights. I'm not going to talk about SaaS security and all. We are insights. So inside, most of the time, we are going to capture the troubleshooting and the web insights. And web insight, you have to go on the logs and you have to apply the filter. Means any URL you want to check that. Let's suppose I want to search for the URL. I'm giving the one of the examples. So search URL, which URL? Let's suppose I want to match the exact match for the www.youtube.com. So I want to do the troubleshooting for the youtube.com. And if I want to add any client IP address, means from which user client IP address my URL is not working. So if you know the client IP, you just put the client IP address, right? If you don't know the client IP, it's fine. But if you're going to put the client IP, it's fine. You can just put the client IP. You can just put the user elsewhere. Means user. You can say user. So you can just put the user name. Means you can just find the users and you're going to find the all users. So let's suppose I want to check for this user. Might be he's accessing or not. I'm not sure, but I'm putting these two users. And then you just go and give the what is time frame from which time you want to check the log. Last 5 minutes, last 30 minutes, last 1 hour, last 55 2 hours. Put any logs and run the query. The moment we run the query, all the logs for this YouTube is going to be available for you. And based on that, they are going to be just, so there is no data, unfortunately. So let me do one thing. I'll select the all so I can get some data. I'm not sure who is using what because this is just for now, demo tenant. So unfortunately, we don't have any logs for last 2 hours. Let me use for the last current day, if anyone is accessing YouTube or not. Yeah, we have the lot of logs. So you can see this user, Mike, MKT has access the YouTube and all. This is road warrior. Road warrior means basically they are sitting in they are working from the home. So if you anything saying in the road warrior, that means this user is not working from office. He is working from the home. And you can see this is the username. You can see this is the username. So you can just extend from this log and you find his username and you can find here. And this is the, for this is drop and these all action is allowed. This is YouTube video streaming URL category bandwidth loss in. And you can see what is the client IP address. If you want to see the client IP address, URL super category and all. So client IP, you want to see that is not visible. So go here and enable the client IP address. So you just client IP and server IP. You want to see the and a client external IP address. External IP address is a public IP address of client. Internal is basically private. So you can see this is a private IP address and this is the client external IP address and this is server IP. Server IP is actually YouTube IP address. So this is how you can get what IP he is trying to communicate, what is the external IP of the client, what is the internal IP of the client. And this is going to be very useful for the troubleshooting. And you can see the region of traffic, why it is not going to be allowed. So let's say this traffic drop. So why it is drop? You can see due to the SSL handshake. So if any region traffic is going to drop, so that is going to be give the logs why the traffic is going to drop. You can see the traffic is not allowed for this user. So you can just clearly see this is not allowed, this user not allowed to access the media streaming. That's why it's not allowed, right? Not allowed to use this media streaming sites drop due to the failed SL handshake. So you can find all the log, you can just, and you want to export this log. Let me see, export is again not able, so I need to download from here. So I want to download this log, I want to apply the filter and all, I can do that also. So this is the one way we can find the logs by setting in the YouTube, and this is going to be very helpful for you. Now, similarly, not only YouTube, let's suppose you want to search for any domain. So you just give the domain name like youtube.com. This is YouTube is your domain. So any domain is mentioned like YouTube. So domain is basically YouTube. Any YouTube domain is going to match. It is going to give the entire traffic. URL is going to eject URL. Domain is going to be any domain going to match. So unfortunately, we don't have any domain. Let me search. Okay, let me not download. I want to display this. Let me try to change the domain as a exact match, and let me try to run again. Might be domain is not matching, but yeah, you can see YouTube is matched for domain as well. You can just check for other logs. Let's suppose I want to search for the other logs. Let's suppose I want to search for the ad filter, and I want to search for the any kind of the what a external client IP, client external IP address based logs, username based log. Let's suppose I have the users, right? I want to check. Let me apply here. Already user filter we have. So instead of this all, I want to see what this user have done in full day. So I just select his name and I just want to display. I want to see in last 10 hour what this user access all by setting in the web office or by setting in the home. So you can find his all report. Unfortunately, he's accessed nothing in last, let me say in the last week. Let's wait for a while and we'll see that. Let's wait. Unfortunately, we don't have any logs. So we can just verify, let me add some few more users and I'll try to check it. Okay, unfortunately, we don't have data. So actually, this is the this is something. This is basically what we have demo account. So I don't know which user is accessing what, but if you just go for the all and try to go and get the log, definitely you're going to find the logs for the last 10 hour for the all activity for these users, whatever they are accessing. But unfortunately, the user I'm trying to access might be he is not having the live activity, but you can see there's a lot of other user who is accessing a lot of activity. Total we have the 696,000 logs we have total. So this is what we have the logs. So you can find the any user based on their name. You want to define any other filter also. Let's suppose you want to like you want to check what generally we will check client IP, external IP based troubleshooting. We do that. You want to cloud applications, any cloud application you want to check that. What cloud applications? You just search it here. Let's suppose I want to check for the cloud applications of Facebook. So I can search for the Facebook. Let me go here and use the Facebook. And Facebook, if I'm just going to see that, how many users are accessing the Facebook? So you can just find the all Facebook logs and you can just run the query for last 10 hours. So all user who is accessing the Facebook, they're going to be all logs are going to be available, and you can just get the report who all are accessing the Facebook application in last 10 hours. So as I mentioned that we have a lot of things, right? And this filter you have to apply when you do the troubleshooting. You always have to apply the filter. What, like any file share activity, somebody shares some bad file, you want to check that file share activity, which file share you want to see. File upload only, somebody uploaded on the internet, you want to check that. So you just click on there, and last 10 hour who all uploaded the file, you're going to get all information. These two users only uploaded the file. You can see what uploaded the file. They use a file host, and they're the road warrior, and they use the cloud Dropbox application to upload the file. And you can see this has been uploaded and all. So you just have to understand the behavior, and based on that you just have to do the troubleshooting. Like if you want to search, let's suppose some office is complaining, like you are sitting in the office location and say that this office location have some problem, they are not able to access the URL. So you can just select the location type. Okay. And whatever the location type, whatever the location you have, like office have the corporate location, guest Wi-Fi locations, workload traffic. So select that location type, what are the location type they have been configured, and what the activity they are doing there. So you can just get the logs, and based on that, you can make some kind of troubleshooting progress. So as I mentioned that we have a lot of things, and based on that lot of things, we can do a lot of kind of troubleshooting. But these all troubleshooting is going to happen in this particular web insights most of the time. Similarly, for the firewall traffic, you can get the firewall logs from here. You can add the firewall logs again based on the client IP address, port numbers, URL. You can just DNAT rule. You can just give that all information. DNS, you can just get it here. Tunnel insights, you can get it here. So I'm just giving an idea. If I just cover this all things, it is going to take a lot of time. But yes, you should always start doing troubleshooting. These three things are going to be always your good friend. Means this is the dashboard. The dashboard is going to be always a good friend. In dashboard, you have the web browsing, web overview, cloud application. These are your good friend, and they're going to give the like dashboard information what is happening in last 24 hours by default. You can change that activity also. DNS, file overview, what file has been downloaded, uploaded. So you can just get a lot of general knowledge, and then you can just dig it down in the your analytics tab. And these three tabs are basically, these two are pure configuration. Means you have to do any configuration, you have to do via the administrator and the policy. And making any changes, you have to do the activations. These are just for the search, general information, alert, and that going to just some your username, and it's just general some tools to just do the troubleshooting. So I have also this cover, like what are tools and system we have to use in the troubleshooting. So you can see if I talk about, these are the uh, I cover here in very detail. Yeah, this is the Zscaler troubleshooting tool discussion. So the tool which I'm talking about, this is the tools. These tools I'm talking, these are tools, right? We have proxy text tool, we have the URL lookup tool, denial list IP, Zscaler analyzer. Like these tools support how to do that. Zulu, what is Zulu? Threat library, what is that? Threat labs, what is that? So this all cover in the GIA course, guys. So if you really want to become a troubleshooting expert, you want to just understand each and everything about the Zscaler, I believe this is the perfect course for you. You can just go and watch this everything, and you can just start with the learning about the terminology component, and you can just get this link. You just go in the website. After going to the website, go in the all courses, and in the under the all courses, you're going to find this GIA and GPA course. This is the latest course. Also, we have the old courses like Hindi course available. You go into below. In the previous, we created this courses GIA and GPA. That is also English version available. You can opt this one as well, but this is something we prepared very latest new course. You can see here GIA and GPA, so you can get all information from there as well. All right. In case similarly, how SD-WAN is going to be integrated from the GIA and GPA. That also we have to discuss in the SD-WAN discussion. So if you have the learning to get this all information, you can get that from there as well. So thank you so much, guys. We'll connect in again in the new lecture in discussion for the GIA and GPA. Thank you. Have a